the form that we're looking for, right? We just create that like a first pressure, like a surface. Now, what we need to do is that we have to define, separate, segment each of these elements that we have, and then apply the same pressure that we did to this as well. The only difference here is that if you look closer, you see that the first one, the anchor point, was kind of flexible. Get in. On this part, it's not flexible. It stays where they are. So it's only the definition of the anchor points that's going to change here. So let's get back to our simulation. And then from the bouncy solver, I'm going to looking for the item. And then looking at this, it's kind of grafted. So I need to flatten that to get the surface that I'm looking for. So the outcome is the mesh surface itself. So using the item. Okay. Now, here, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create, I'm going to use by parent, which separating each of these pieces that we have on this, these big surfaces. And if you look at the input from here, you have only one mesh with the vertices and 100 faces. Here, you have 100 mesh. Each of them is now becoming an element. I'm going to refine them. So the refine basically do the same thing that we did with the, like usually do when we have like a surface. We want to break it down into a smaller pieces to have more flexibility in terms of the simulation. So that's going to be that. And then for the level, I'm going to use level 2. So you don't see anything here, but if I add the edge, mesh edge, you see that compared to what I have last time, now I have more like a refiner mesh. Once I have that, then I will join the mesh. And unifying the whole mesh together. So basically not all the normals going to different directions, just unifying all the meshes. So it has a correct form for simulation. That's going to be our new mesh that we are going to simulate. Okay. Now, the same thing that we used last time, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to copy all the things that I have before. Everything from the goal to the solver. So all these parts, just copy and paste them and bring them over to the other side. Here, I just want to remove all the things that we are not using. I know that this input for this surface for the edge length is going to be mesh, so connecting that. The pressure will be the same thing. Mesh is going to be a connection for that. It's coming from that unifying mesh. I know that I want to see the outcome from the show here as well. And before everything is collapsing, just make sure that the simulation isn't running. Okay, that part is good. Now, everything here is correct. The only thing, and then I'm going to change the strength. So I'm going to change a couple of factors here. For the length factor, I'm going to use 1. So I'm not changing the length factor between elements. Keep it as is. And for the pressure, I'm going to use 0.53. So we can see how that's going to look like. Now, if you look at it, the anchor point is wrong because I copy and paste them. What is the new anchor point that we're looking for? The anchor point is coming from this mesh segmented that we created, right? We are going to use a tool called okay, we're going to use naked vertices, and connecting the meshes that I have here. And you see that now all the points is kind of defined here. And this is going to be my new anchor points. So I'm going to connect the points from the naked, from the last one, all the way to these points for anchors. The only thing that I'm going to change is that there is no target here. So I make sure that I'm going to uncheck the target. All good, right? See if there is anything else that I'm missing. Nothing. So let's reset the simulation and turn it on. If I turn off everything else, this is going to be the outcome of the second simulation.